Hello and welcome everyone to the Know Your City Services. Mike Buettner here, our Utilities Department Director, is going to kick us off and we're going to learn all about the city services that are provided within this department. Mike, thanks again for taking the time today. How long have you been with the city?
Yeah, thanks for having me, Zavi. Gosh, I've been with the city about 8.5 years now. I started as the Water Conservation Program Manager back in 2014. Okay. Spent some time as Business Manager for the Utility Department, and for the last 1.5 years have been serving as the city's Utility Department Director.
Awesome, and I know we're so fortunate to have such great water and access to water. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your department and the services it provides? Yeah,
absolutely. So the Utility Department does a lot. I think the best way to think about it is really the city of Bend owns 3 utilities. It owns a water utility, owns a wastewater utility, and a stormwater utility. Okay. All of the operations and maintenance for those utilities occur within the Utility Department. And so as the director, I have the privilege of working with a big group of people, 120 staff spread across about 15 different work groups. And so we have a lot of small work groups that go and do different things over the course of the day. Okay. But yeah, we do a lot, everything from water production, water distribution, water quality testing. We run conservation programs. And then on the flip side, we have this wastewater utility that collects wastewater, that maintains public health, that creates some interesting biosolids that we use on the back end that I can tell you about.
Awesome.
And then we have a stormwater utility that really helps us prevent localized flooding where possible, and really helps us maintain some of those critical water resources that you just spoke about. Right. Some of them right behind us, the Deschutes River, Mirror Pond.
There it is.
Making sure that we have a clean river and a clean watershed. It's really the key role of a stormwater utility. So collectively, the Utility Department really focuses, water, wastewater, stormwater. We have a couple of other key facilities you should know about. Okay. We have a water filtration facility that's up in the watershed that is a pretty critical facility of ours that's been online since 2015. Right. And then we have our water reclamation facility way up northeast of town that treats all of our wastewater. So that's outside the city limits, but those are 2 critical facilities that operate every day that are really critical to public health here in Bend.
Right.
And then the last one is, I'd say, our water quality laboratory. We have out our water reclamation facility as well. Okay. A lot of people don't know that we have a water quality laboratory.
Water quality laboratory.
Right? Awesome. we have staff every single day that go out and do things like test the quality of the Deschutes River, test quality of the samples that we pull from our water system, test the quality of our biosolids, and the treated wastewater that we're producing. Right. So it's a really interesting group out there at our water quality laboratory. But yeah, 120 staff, lots of different work groups across our department.
What type of program should our customers be aware of and know about?
Sure. Well, there's a lot of them, but I think if there's a couple in particular that I'd mention right now, Water Smart is a way that water customers in particular, can really pay close attention to their water use. Okay. They can dive in, look at their actual water use by the hour, over a day, over a week, over a year, and kind of see where they use the most water. Water Smart is a hub. It's a portal that we share their water use data with, and so it's accessible only to them, but it's a great way for them to really understand their water use in greater depth. And they can also sign up for leak alerts. You can sign up for a text message or a push notification if your water use hits a certain point. We can also let you know if we have a leak on your property when maybe you're not at home. We're doing those things already, but diving into Water Smart is really a great way, I think, for people to become more in tune with our services.
It's a free service.
It's a free service.
Free service, yeah.
Absolutely.
Amazing, yeah.
And I think on top of that, through Water Smart, you can also access a lot of our conservation programs. That's a big focus of ours right now. As a water utility, as we experience more growth, we know that conservation is going to continue to be pretty critical to us as a water utility in the community. And so we're expanding the number of conservation programs that we have available to customers, whether it's an incentive or a rebate or a workshop they can take part in. And so you can learn all about those through Water Smart and through the portal as well.
3 key departments or 3 key programs, right, or within the utilities department that manage all that with 100+ staff.
Well, I wish I could take credit for all of it, our department. We have a great group of people, men and women that are working for our department. We work really closely with our engineering department, and as well as other departments in finance, our city manager's office, to really understand what they want this utility to provide, what kind of programs and services we should be providing as a department. But first and foremost, we work really closely with the city's engineering department to really plan for these utilities, to design them, to install them, and then once we do that, then they become ours in the utility department. We own and operate them and work directly with our customers.
I love it. And speaking of customers, how, like, if my water doesn't work or if I have an issue, billing maybe, who do I connect with? How can I get involved, or how do I stay up to date with like these things?
Well, there's a lot, right? So depending on your issue, I think the best thing to do is to pick up the phone and give us a call. 541-317-3000. That's our normal public works number that'll get you through to the utility department. But I would also encourage people to check out bendoregon.gov/water.
Okay.
We have a lot of different resources, a lot of different information on our website related to water quality and a lot of those frequently answered questions that others may have already asked that we're prepared for already. But there's a lot of great information there in general. And lastly, just on the website, the search bar. That's the last hope if you have a question there. But we're readily available, we're accessible, we're downtown, we're up at Boyd Acres, and so it's not too hard to get a hold of us if you do have a question.
Awesome, Mike. Well, I appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely, Zavi. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for more videos in the Know Your City series, as we will be talking about engineering and infrastructure in video 3.